Jinro needs to be Select needs to be careful. They see the medevac. He needs to stim and focus fire them down. There's the stim. Focus fire down one of them. Wow, losing an entire drop there and losing the second one completely. What a play. Jinro just moving out with his Marines trying to scout and completely just denying those 2 drops from Select. Completely killing one before a single Marine was out of it. Good job from Jinro. Select still has a huge force of Marines here. Now Select is getting a little bit worried. He's wondering what's going on over here. Why Jinro was just moving his Marines over there. And he's pulling his entire army over here. So this force right here needs to fall back. And it looks like he's doing that. Jinro puts the sensor tower over here. Great play, really. Select can be very scary with his drops. As you can see, he almost just had a double Marine drop in his base, which wouldn't have went well for Jinro. So now, this section of the map is pretty safe. There's not really going to be any drop that can slip through there. Now we have a stim from Jinro. Focus firing down that one siege tank, picking off more Marines here. Where are all Select siege tanks? They're over here, not even close. So Jinro doing a lot of damage right now. It needs to be very careful. Falling back at the perfect time. Jinro needs to siege up though. We have a lot of Marines right here. Siege tanks creeping forward. Select is taking his fourth. Jinro's is finished though, nothing built on it yet, and we're denying Select of his fourth right now. Stimming, trying to get the high ground here, but all these Marines are going to die. Jinro doesn't pull back, and Jinro pulls back just in time. Great play here. Expansion was finished off. Right now, 177 food count for Jinro, 161 for Select. Income tab 78 for Select, 73 for Jinro, and Jinro is just, containing Select as best as he possibly can. He's also taking his fifth, so right now, Jinro's playing this perfectly, and Select's counterattacking. You have this huge force right here, and most people would reinforce his army to try and take this one out, but Select is just walking over here, going to do a lot of damage. Stuff siege tank, siege up. Jinro stimming forward with this force, focus fire down the siege tanks as best as possible, and it looks like he's going to be able to deny this quite easily of Select. These Mars are going to clean up these Marines, and Vikings picking up the medevac, which is great play from Jinro, holding off Select even more. So Select keeps trying to drop these attacks here and there, and he's not really accomplishing much. Now we do have +1 weapons coming from Jinro, so now Jinro's trying to get an upgrade lead, even though he pretty much has a base lead. Now Select falling back, going to go to this planetary fortress here, and Jinro's just, I'm very content with containing Select right now, getting those upgrades. I mean, he's almost food cap, so there's really not much more he can do. Putting a planetary fortress here, curious as to whether he's going to get one here as well. That's pretty far off from where the base should be. But we have 88 harvesters for Jinro, 74 for Select, so doing a great job here. Now, it looks like we're going to be trying to take out this base here. We're going to lift it up and move it a bit closer, but Jinro's got, siege tanks in position. These guys are stimming forward, going to do as much damage as possible. Focus firing down these siege tanks. These Marines are just running in. There's so many Marines here. Jinro sieging up as best he can. He's got a good line here, but Select just running right into this, doing so much damage. Jinro has great siege tank placement, though. And he's stimming forward with his army, losing a lot of food right now for Select. 169 food for Select, 185 for Jinro, and they're going to try and take out this planetary. But let's try and focus fire down this reactor, and Jinro is stimmed over here, sieging up over here, and right now Jinro is definitely going to be able to hold this off quite well. Trying to finish off these medevacs here, and right now, great play from Jinro's got a huge lead right now. 193 food for Jinro and 155 for Select. Income tab shows 96 to 76, so Jinro is definitely looking good right now. I'm using these Vikings to try and finish off these two medevac. We have a planetary here and an orbital here, so this base is definitely going to be susceptible to drops, but we do have turrets placed around this base. Look at this, stopping this drop completely. Oh, will we get the siege tank? No, so everything was able to get out of these drops, but losing that medevac, and Jinro needs to be very careful moving up his medevacs like this, sieging up. No orbital here, so these guys can just run in, but Jinro stemmed forward, focus fighting on these siege tanks. These Marauders tank the siege tank so well, and another failed drop from Select, killing 2 SCVs so far, about to kill a third if Jinro doesn't stop that. Jinro, you got a Marine, Jinro. Oh, that's funny. Now, Jinro trying to stim up to stop these Marines here, and doing a good job from Select, dropping Marines right onto the siege tanks here. They need to pull more forces this way. Jinro's sieging up down here, but Select's inside the base now. We got Marines and Marauders up here. Need to come over here and stop this. Jinro, Select's stimming. He's killing your mules. Jinro! Jinro needs to be very careful. If he loses this orbital, that's not going to be good for him. But Select taking the gold, needs to get that planetary going. But we have a siege tank line moving up to stop these siege tanks. We have a lot of Vikings here from Jinro. Now, this gold is, you know, finished. We have this base finished, but nothing being built on them. And right now, Jinro's got a pretty big base lead. We got 2 medevacs sitting over here. I'd like to see Jinro come take them. We have a drop going down at this mineral line. So Select is doing a lot of, like, you know, annoying harassment here. It's not doing much, obviously, but it's keeping Jinro's mind preoccupied, which is what Select wants right now. He wants to get this gold going. Sieging up with the Zelnaga, so that means he's got the vision and able to hit it from here. So that's good for Jinro. But these siege tanks aren't in range. This is not good for Select. He's forced to move it back, which a pretty decent play from Select. And right now, Planetary going down over here. Income tabs 92 for Jinro, 75 for Select. And right now, Jinro is just, you know, 200, 200. He's not getting any more upgrades. He didn't have that armory yet, so he's just not getting the armory. But right now, he's +1/+1 for his infantry. Select, no upgrades for his mechanical units, and no upgrades for his ground units. So right now, this is looking great for Jinro. Now, Jinro dropped over here, stopped the expansion, losing a lot to these Marines, though. But that's all he wants to do. Jinro just wants to slowly starve Select to death. I mean, a drop going on right here. Siege tanks up in the base, killing so many buildings right now. But we have so many siege tanks over here just devouring Jinro's forces. We need to be very careful. We lose these medevacs. Looks like we're dropping onto Jinro, on Select siege tanks. Gonna be able to do a lot of damage here. But looks like Select's stimming in with his Marines and gonna be able to finish this off. But these siege tanks are gonna finish off that factory, so that's one less factory for him. And we have all these Marines here. We'd like to see, you know, we got the scans coming. Jinro's gonna fall back. Gold expansion. Not even using it because he can't really. I mean, he's got these siege tanks, so he needs to send some Marauders in here, destroy that somehow, because he can't utilize his gold yet. Now we have turrets placed around this base. No more drops can come from there. But we have a huge force from Jinro stemming forward, but the SCVs are repairing the planetary, and Jinro's going to come try and attack over here. But we have another planetary with a lot of Marines here, SCVs here too. So Jinro really can't kill either of these bases quite yet. Now Select is finally getting his +1 infantry weapon. Jinro is still not getting upgrades. Now he's going to try and focus firing on this stuff. We have a lot of Marines here loading up. Need to be very careful. We don't have any Vikings though, so we can't stop these medevacs from getting away, which is perfect for Jinro. Going to be able to float over here and stop this turret from being built probably. What will Jinro do with his medevacs? Looks like he's just going to bring them on home. Nope, he is going to be dropping, stopping that from being built. He's going to bring this one home. Now, we're still sieged up over here, and we're barely in range with this siege tank, so huge force from Select, trying to focus find out all these units here. Income tabs, food tabs 173 for Select, and still 182 for Jinro. Jinro still has a lead. Income tab 64 harvesters for Jinro, 70